Mostly the lad here, and we've just got a new video that's just come out for Necromunda Underhive Wars about fighter career progression. I was literally just doing a stream and I was just talking about my fears that that this game wouldn't have the level of sort of like random traits for your fighters that some games like Battle Brothers and XCOM 2 can have that really make your fighters unique. And then this video came out showing that it does have that stuff. So yeah, so I'm really excited about this new video that's come out. It's just like I was very cautious about whether this is going to be a good game, and I mean we still don't know for sure, but this is definitely allayed some of my fears. Anyway, I'll put the volume up and I'll play this video for you guys, and then I'll talk a bit about it in detail afterwards.
In Necromunda Underhive Wars, design and build the perfect fighter. Each is a unique character, with a combination of traits, perks, career, house, injuries, gear, skills, vices, virtues, and talents. Traits come in 3 flavors: physical, mental, and martial. Picking the right ones helps focus a fighter's combat style. Virtues, vices, and talents develop over time. Fighters of rank 5 and up can acquire them randomly, and their effects are many and varied. Injuries are, predictably, acquired in battle and range from minor temporary nuisances to permanent dismemberment. Some injuries can be nullified through bionic enhancements and implants. Of course, career and house have the largest impact on a fighter's abilities. They bestow unique perks and govern the role they play on the battlefield. On top of all this is equipment, individual selected skills, the rank of the fighter itself, deep visual customization elements, and much more. Every fighter is unique, and your gang will be yours alone. Necromunda Underhive Wars comes to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Yeah, so this is pretty exciting stuff for me. I'll just focus in on a couple of things I really want to talk about to start with. So if we go to about 29 seconds, yeah. So it's first thing that it's talking about here is the traits that you get. So you've got athletic. So you can choose these traits, I believe. It says just after this section that what you choose for these will help you tailor your guy. So just say you recruit a new Orlock. He's a sniper. I think they call it Deadeye career or something. I don't know what career this guy is, but just say you choose a career of some kind. And then you have to choose these traits, right? So these aren't part of your Deadeye like stuff that's automatically comes with that career. This is stuff that you specifically choose, so you can kind of tailor him. So yeah, so you can see this guy's got athletic, curious, and protean. So that's cool. So there's this extra level of customization when you first get a guy. So in Mordheim, you hire a new guy. There's no, he's just who he is. There's no. I mean, he just has that career that he has and has the traits that go along with him. He can change his weapons, but you can't do anything with his stats until he levels up. So I'm not. It doesn't actually say if you get to do this when you first purchase a character, but it doesn't say that it requires a certain rank. So you can see this guy's rank 6, so at least by rank 6 you must be able to have all 3 of these filled, but it does definitely say you get to choose them, so you get to tailor that, so that's cool. But the thing that I was really worried about, the thing with Mordheim, one of the things with Mordheim that I loved about Mordheim was the characterization and the customization, although they could have done with more customization. But the thing that I think harmed it in terms of longevity is that the individual characters of a particular career or character type were always the same. So if you get one Deadeye is the same as another Deadeye, one Brawler is the same as another Brawler. There's no innate difference. Whereas in games like XCOM 2, you can get you can get other skills randomly. You can unlock sort of random other skills from other careers. So your ranger can get sniper skills, and your your sniper can get ranger skills, etc. You know, and same sort of thing with Battle Brothers, turn-based strategy game. When you hire new guys, they have different little individual traits that make one sort of hedge knight different from another hedge knight, or one farmer different from another farmer, or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, you didn't have that in Mordheim, and I assumed that it would be the same in this, and that you wouldn't have it in this, but yeah, they do. So this personality part that they're about to explain, which is you get your virtues, vices, and traits or something. I can't remember what the last one's called. Those happen naturally. So I'll just play it for you.
Picking the right ones helps focus a fighter's combat style.
So yeah, so picking the right ones. He just said then. So he's talking about the traits. So,
right ones helps focus a fighter's combat style. Virtues, vices, and talents develop over time.
Virtues, vices, and talents, they develop over time. So after you get to rank 5, then you've got a chance of getting a virtue, a vice, or a talent. And they may not all be filled. So, later on in the video, it shows another character that doesn't have all 3 of these slots filled. I think they've got a virtue and a talent, but they don't have any vice yet. So yeah, so there's some sort of random element to it. After rank 5, you guys starts getting traits. So I think that just makes it so much more characterful, and kind of gives you more of a reason to get attached to individual gangers. In Mordheim, there was a sense that, especially once you unlock the ability to recruit guys at high level, you can level this guy up painfully from level 1 and get him up to level 5, and then he dies, but by this time you've got the ability to hire rank 5 guys. You just hire a new one, and they're interchangeable because they're all exactly the same. Whereas in Necromunda, your individual guys are going to develop their own specific traits that no other ganger has, that particular combination. And it does say that there's many different ones. So it doesn't say how many, but I assume many means there's at least 6 or 10 or more of each type. But even if there's only sort of 5 of each type, that's still 5 times 5 times 5, is it? I don't know, something like 5 to the power of 2 or 3, whatever it is. There's a lot of combinations anyway of different kind of unique guys, and if there is many, 10 or more of each, that means there's like hundreds of different combinations of virtues, vices, and talents that you could get on your individual ganger. So literally every ganger is going to be a unique individual snowflake. Most of their traits will be the same. It does go on to say that the biggest difference between characters' abilities and stuff is determined by their house and their career path. So your house is your race, if you're an Escher, Goliath, or Orlok, and your career is your sort of class. So whether you're a Deadeye, Brawler, Saboteur, can't remember all the different classes, careers, but yeah. So that's really cool. Just this whole concept of having random traits that you guys get is just such a big deal for me. Like, it just, I don't know, the people, I guess the people that understand what I mean and that appreciate that will be equally excited, and the people that don't know what I'm talking about just aren't going to get it from, I'm probably not explaining it very well, but it's a really game changing thing for me. I really look forward to getting to know all my gangers and unlocking their skills, because you won't know what it is. It's like you can't just hire a level 1 guy and farm for traits, just keep hiring level 1 guys and see what traits they get until you get the guy. You've got to get a guy, level him up, and then see what sort of virtues, vices, and talents that he unlocks as he or she unlocks as they go along. I think it's just going to be a really cool mechanic for that sort of single player aspect of it. Of just getting a kind of two things, I guess. One is the aspect of getting attached to your fighters. You might have one that's got like a really good talent and a really good really good talent and a really good virtue, but he's got a kind of pretty bad vice. That's a real handicap. But that you really like that character because he's quirky and stuff, and his virtues and vices make him good enough that he's actually kind of got some kind of game-changing aspect to him, and some of them are pretty powerful as well. I'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, I'll come back to that. But anyway, yeah. So blown away by that idea that there's individual uniqueness to the different individual gangers. Everyone is literally a unique character or a unique individual person. So that's really awesome. I'll I'll just quickly go through the video a bit more.
Fighters of rank 5 and up can acquire them randomly, and their effects are many and varied.
And traits.
Injuries.
Oh yeah, so that was. We'll just look at that quickly. I'll just say something. So this is one of the talents that you can get. It's Ambusher, minus 33% AP to all of your cost to all of your melee instances. So I think I haven't actually been following all the discussion about this. I'm pretty sure other people have already figured this stuff out, but I haven't been following the conversation too closely. But I think what's going on is that you have AP, so you have MP and AP, movement points and action points, the same way that you have in Mordheim. Red pills and blue pills. But I think that the amounts is a lot more. So in Mordheim, a developed character might have like 9 movement points and 9 action points, say. Whereas I think in Necromunda it's going to be more along the lines of 100 action points and 150 movement points or something like that. It's going to be an order of magnitude larger points, but you'll still probably be able to do the same amount of stuff. So if you could attack 3 times in Mordheim using your 9 action points, you can probably attack 3 times in Necromunda using your 150 action points or however many you've got. And a few things kind of lead me to think that it's kind of the same type of system, and this is one of them. So this Ambusher trait, right? So it gives you minus 33% cost to all of your melee stances, AP cost. So basically it's saying that if you want to go into ambush stance or another melee stance, then you need to use action points, and this means that it'll be cheaper. So basically it's the same kind of system they use in Mordheim, where you use red pills or action points to go into ambush stance, for example. And the other thing that it kind of tells me is that, like in Mordheim, where in Mordheim, if you go into ambush stance, for example, so just say you've got 9 action points, you use 2 action points to go into ambush stance, and then if that was all you could do in your turn, then the other 7 points would be wasted. Because you go into ambush stance at the end of your movement after you don't have any more actions that you can take. But basically what this tells me is that it works the same way as in Mordheim, where even though you use your 2 action points to go into ambush stance and you've got 7 action points left which you can't use actively, if somebody comes in and goes into combat with your character, you've still got those action points to do counterattacks. So just say you go into ambush stance with two points, another character comes in, moves past you, triggers your ambush, your guy then charges onto them automatically, and then you hit them, then they'll hit you back using their action, and then you'll get to use your further action points to counterattack them. So the fact that it gives you a discount on the cost of the stance kind of proves that it works the same way, because otherwise what would be the point of, like, if you spent your two action points or your 30 action points to go into ambush stance and then the rest of your points were wasted, there was no counterattacks, then there'd be no advantage to having a reduction in the cost of your ambush, if you know what I mean. I don't know if I explained that very well, but anyway, basically the gist of it is it seems to indicate that it works the same. The way that you use action points and stances and all that kind of stuff is the same as Mordheim. Just the amount of action points that you've got and stuff, and obviously the names of the skills and what they do and stuff are going to be different. But it sounds like ambush is going to be the same pretty much. So let's play out a bit more.
Injuries are, predictably, acquired in battle and range from minor temporary nuisances to permanent dismemberment.
So here's just the recovery screen. So this is kind of cool. So again, it looks like it's the same type of excuse me. It's sort of similar to Mordheim, where you get injuries after when you get, I guess it's like when you get downed. If your guy gets kind of killed in a battle, it'll roll and see whether you get a severed leg or a poked out eye or a brain damage or whatever. It looks like here, see, it tells you how many shifts remaining. Same sort of thing in Mordheim. You would have a certain amount of days that you would miss out if you got injured.
Some injuries can be nullified.
Yeah, this is one thing I was going to look at as well. See how it says bionic leg, and I assume these are the advantages you get of a bionic leg. So plus 15 initiative, plus 5 max movement points, 5 movement points restored at the start of the turn. So basically, it sounds like your bionic leg makes you better than your regular leg was, you know? Or maybe having a severed leg gives you like minus 15 initiative, minus 5 movement, and you know, maybe this just negates the exact penalty of what, you know, having a leg removed. So yeah, I don't know. It says here this kind of, it's got this sort of issues plus 30% AP cost of all skills, the severed right leg listed here, but then it says only 3 shifts remaining. So like, what's going on there? Is your leg going to grow back after 3 shifts or whatever? So I don't know. Maybe I think maybe what happens is like that kind of heals or something, but you still have a severed leg, and then when you get this, that removes the like I think it negates from the wording of what they were saying. It sounds like the bionic leg like negates the injury. So whatever the effect that was here of having a severed leg prior, that actually goes away. So there's no injuries, and in addition to that, you get these bonuses. So basically, I think the bionic leg actually makes you better than you would have otherwise been. Oh yeah, so here it says, yeah, following injury be healed. Oh yeah, something that's true. It says 750 ends. I thought that the currency in Necromunda was guilders, not yen or whatever that is. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah, there's just a couple more.
Can be nullified through bionic enhancements and implants. Of course, career and house have the largest impact on a fighter's abilities.
Yeah, so just reiterating again, so the house, the race that you choose out of these 3, basically the house, that's your house, and the career, which is your sort of class, is going to have the biggest effect on like what sort of abilities you can use, what your kind of stat range is, and your maximums for different stats. And the perks, the virtues, vices, and talents are just kind of be modifiers to that. Although if we go back and have a look at them later, but they actually did seem pretty substantial, some of them.
They bestow you.
Yeah, so I guess you can see up here these bonus stats. So Orlok gets this, you know, plus 6 ranged. Goliath had plus 6 toughness, plus 4 strength, and Escher have plus 6 dexterity, plus 4 melee. Right. Let's skip it. There we go. Yeah, plus 6 agility, plus 4 melee. And yeah, if we look later on at the stats, you can kind of see how significant that is. Where's stats? 109. Well, actually, no, that's here we go. Yeah, so this is actually an Escher or an Orlok? I think she's an Escher, maybe. So no, she must be an Orlok because look at her ranged aptitude up to 21. But yeah, I'm not sure. So basically, what I'm getting at is, so just say this was an Escher and she had plus 6 to her melee prowess. Just say this was the baseline for whatever career she had. You know, 11 plus 6, so 17. That's quite a big chunk of difference. You know, so when they say that the house and career makes the biggest difference. So yeah, so I think these maximums are a combination of your house and your career, possibly. Definitely your career changes it, but I think the basic, like the way it works in Mordheim, and I assume it's the same, is that the your minimums and maximums here are based on what career that you choose. So I think that's how it works. It will work here as well. The minimums and maximums of these are the same, regardless. Like all heavies will have the same stats here, same stat range, and all Deadeyes will have the same stat range, etc. Except for if you're a Goliath heavy, then you'll have the same stat range, but your toughness will be your toughness maximum will be plus 6, you know. And if you're an Escher heavy, then you'll be like this, but your melee prowess will be plus 6. So yeah, this basically just shows that it has pretty much the exact same kind of stat system as Mordheim, and this kind of just gives you the breakdown of the secondaries that all of these things do. Excuse me. So willpower gives you stress resistance and stun resistance. Excuse me, and each of these other things, will have secondaries.
Individual selected skills, the rank of the fighter itself.
Oh yeah, so it just said individual selected skills. So that's the other thing that you choose when you have your career progression is your actual skills, like I guess like active abilities or whatever you call it. It doesn't actually talk about them at all here, but I think one of the previous videos that was talking more about the career progression maybe did talk about them more. So yeah, this is just, I'm just going to go back and kind of look through a few more things now. So I think these things might be the skills. So yeah, she's got this skill at rank 2, this skill's at rank 1, etc. I think that's what's going on, and I think this might be her career. Might be heavy or something. This is like your gang management screen, I guess.
And build the
Yeah, so this one's the mechanic type fixing character, I guess.
perfect fighter.
Yeah, I can't remember what any of the careers are called. Yeah, but yeah, so you can see that each one of these got their skills. Just shows you their skill and their career, basically. Their rating. I wonder what that is. That's their rank.
Each is a unique character with a combination of traits, perks, career, house, injuries, gear, skills, vices, virtues, and talents. Traits come in 3 flavors: physical, mental, and martial. Picking the right ones helps focus a fighter's combat style. Virtues, vices, and talents develop over time. Fighters of rank 5 and up can acquire them randomly, and their effects are many and varied.
Don't you love that sound, that level up sound? It's just like, oh yeah, I can't wait to be playing this game and have my fighters level up.
Many and varied. Acquire them randomly. 5 and up can acquire them randomly, and their effects are many. Fighters of rank 5 and up can acquire them randomly, and their effects are many and varied. Injuries are predictably acquired.
The only other thing I wanted to just talk about was quickly was items. I'll just let it play until we get to there.
Some injuries can be nullified through bionic enhancements and implants. Of course, career and house have the largest impact on a fighter's abilities. They bestow unique perks and govern the role they play on the battlefield. On top of all this,
yeah, so I was just going to quickly talk about this. So, the two things that I really thought that Mordheim was missing, and that I really hoped that Necromunda was going to have, and I just didn't think that they would, was that uniqueness of each individual fighter, which, wow, now we do have that, so that's great. And the other thing is unique weapons. So, unfortunately, in Mordheim, all the weapons were just like they weren't unique, so you could get for example, we're looking at a massive axe here. In Mordheim, you could have a normal massive axe that was grey. Well, you didn't have massive axes. You have like 200 axes, 200 swords, whatever the types of weapons there. You can have a normal weapon that's grey, or you can have a blue one, which is sort of like an enhanced one with better stats, or you could have a purple one, sort of like the legendary version. But the stats were always the same. So a two-handed sword, for example, might have like plus 2% or 5% crit chance. If it's a blue one, it'll have like 10%. If it's a purple one, it'll have like 15%. So they're all standardized, and one purple two-handed sword is the same as another purple two-handed sword. They don't have any individual unique traits. Whereas if you're playing like Diablo or something like that, where you have or Battle Brothers, you have like legendary items. That's another thing that I thought was a bit let down with XCOM as well. You don't have any, there's no unique weapons in that. All weapons of the same type are the same. But yeah, so it looks like, we haven't seen any evidence that there's going to be any legendary weapons or unique weapons or named items or anything like that in the game. So, like, just looking at this massive axe here, like it's talking about how you can choose all this different equipment to make you guys unique. But it doesn't. It only really seems to be showing us that you can just choose different weapon types. So presumably you can have a massive axe, or you can have two swords, or you can have a pistol and a club, or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, I was hoping. I feel like if there was sort of unique weapons with unique traits and stuff, or named weapons and that kind of thing, purples, epics, legendaries, etc. That it would give that extra longevity to a game because you can just keep trying to collect better loot and find more rare sets of properties and that kind of stuff. So it doesn't look like it has that. But yeah, that's obviously, maybe that's the decision they made, or maybe this is just the basic weapon that they showed us that this particular character's got because he's just starting out, or what have you. Excuse me. Maybe they're going to bring out another video tomorrow talking about legendary weapons and stuff. So who knows? But yeah, I just thought I'd quickly mention that. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to make this video because I'm super excited about these new random traits that you can get on your fighters, and just everything about this customization and not customization, everything about this career progression stuff looks really cool. It looks like it's got all the good stuff that I liked in Mordheim, plus more good stuff that's even better than Mordheim. So that's what we want. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Thanks, guys. That's all I got. See ya.